Hey everyone, this is Dysfunctional from Verity, and I'm going to give you a little walkthrough on the ancient treasure ruins in Ruins of Magic. A lot of people having trouble getting through this area, so I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be giving commentary as we go. I always check to make sure there's not a ghost right around that corner when I first walk in here. I'm going to gather this purifying flame. They allow you to get rid of the cave ghosts, those little portals blocking the doorways. Takes a couple seconds to disappear, so I'm going to run over and get this little box here that it's going to have a skill inside. Sometimes they're useful, and sometimes they're ones like this poison gas trap, which I never use those. Gonna get another flame out of here, and gonna try and get into the doorway that's further down this hall. I'm just gonna run by this guy. You can't normally damage these ghosts. You either have to just run away from them, or you can use your skills that you're given to try and deal with them. And this first one's just going to reset, so I can ignore them. And there's another box in the corner here. Now I don't see an elemental candlestick in the room, which is what we're looking for. So I'm just going to head out and run around to the other side. What I just used on that ghost right there was binding chains. It'll root that target for about 10 seconds, and he's already back, so I'm gonna have to run away from him again. And it looks like he's gonna reset, so I don't need to use binding chains on him again. And while that ghost is off to my left there, you can't see him, I'm gonna just gather this flame, and I'm gonna light this elemental candlestick. Alright, now you can kind of see that dog there. Those are the things I hate the most in this little mini game. They can call on the other ghosts, so I'm gonna use snipe on him, which will actually kill him and take him out. You can only use that move once every 2 minutes. Now that ghost archer right there, he can cast fear, so you gotta really be careful around those guys. Turns out I just aggroed him, so I'm gonna hit this portal and try and get out of here before he can use fear on me. And there it is. So once I get free of this fear, I'm gonna run over here to the other side and use this skill called Feign Death, which makes me look like I die, and the ghost will just kind of stand there and look at me for a little while, and then they'll eventually run off. This one's pretty persistent. Doesn't look like he wants to run away. Yep, there he goes. So I can turn that skill off and get back up, gather this flame, since I'm already over here. I just hit binding chains on him. I'm going to try and run all the way down here so that he'll reset, hopefully. And another box. Hopefully get something useful. Oh, another gas trap. Managed to reset that one. Now these right here, these ancient stone tablets, these are part of a little side quest that you can get from the NPC that lets you into this mini game. What I'm going to try and do now is lure this ghost a little ways down and bind him up so that I can run down the hallway and he'll reset. And generally the ghost soldiers, you can ignore them most times. And just hit the 5-minute mark here. And that is a Ghost Cavalier transformation out of that box that will allow me to turn into one of those guys and they'll just completely ignore me. It's one of my favorite skills. And there's another ghost dog. Gonna snipe him out. Those are generally the only things I use snipe on, since you can't use it that often. And there, looks like I aggroed a couple guys. Gonna run over the other side here, over by this second candle that I need to light. And I'm gonna use Feign Death. These guys can chase you through the walls, so don't just turn a corner. You have to kind of get yourself really distanced between these guys to reset them sometimes. That will be candle number 2. The last one will be in the middle room closest to the treasure chamber. So we're going to try and sneak by these guys and get into that middle room. And once I find the candle, I'll use that Ghost Cavalier transformation and bolt for the candle. Get it lit. And once you light the last candle, all the ghosts in that middle room will disappear. Just got feared. I'm going to try and get in a little corner here and use Feign Death. Wait for this archer to run off before I get up. You see, I just used that Cavalier transformation, ran right by him, didn't even look at me. That was the final candle, and the treasure room is now open. Going for those jade chests first. They hold the runes. Those ones are on the outside. Those have the guild contribution items, and some of them will hold Furious tokens. You can see these bigger chests take a little bit longer to open. They'll have the contribution items in them. And that will pretty much wrap it up for this little walkthrough. I hope that helps some of you out there. You can check us out at guildverity.com and hope to see you all in game.